As someone who loved this camera, it was a tough call deciding when to step up to the LUMIX S1 Mark II, but today I'm going to walk you through the features that finally convinced me. I shot on the S5IIX for almost 3 years before switching. The image was great out of the box, color grading was easy, and the in-body stabilization was best in class. I've always been a hybrid shooter, so having a 24.2 megapixel sensor with the solid burst mode in the same body was a huge win for me. So what made me finally commit to the S1 Mark II? Honestly, it came down to a handful of things that kept coming up on client shoots. First up, slow motion. The S1 Mark II shoots 5.1K, 60p slow-mo and open gate. I'm shooting way more open gate these days, so having a slow motion option at that resolution is great. Open gate means I'm using the whole sensor. I can shoot a horizontal clip, crop a clean vertical out of the same frame. Open gate lets me hold the camera naturally and still pull a vertical that looks native, not cropped. Next is the dynamic range. The S1 Mark II gives me 15 stops. I'm usually a solo shooter, so I don't have a lot of control over my lighting on set. That much range means I can expose for a blown out sky and still pull all the shadow detail back into the grade. This next one's been more useful than I expected. A 32-bit flow audio with the DMS1 adapter. When it's just me, I'm running the camera, I'm framing the shot and recording my own sound all at once, so I can't always watch my levels. With 32-bit float, I basically stopped worrying about clipping. For a one-person crew, that's a huge relief. It's also great for capturing clean ambient audio for my sound design. Before, I would try to match what's happening visually with sound effects. Now I have crisp audio direct from my camera. And then there's ProRes and ProRes RAW recorded right inside the camera. I used to attach an external recorder onto everything. Now it's just in the body. Smaller bag, fewer cables, one less thing to think about when I'm moving fast. So, should you make the jump? If you're not actually hitting the limits on your S5 Mark IIX, it's probably not worth it. But if you keep running into one of these specific things, then it's probably worth looking into. Both of these are built for one person to go out and do everything. Photo, video, all of it. The right camera is the one that fits your shooting needs. Let me know in the comments which features would push you to make the upgrade.